upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away.
Hey, it's Nate Savage from GuitarFam.com, and welcome to this cover song lesson. We're going to be taking a look at the Jack Johnson tune, Upside Down. This one is great for working on bar chords, 16th note strumming, muted strumming, those types of things. So if you need help getting those things down, I would invite you to go to GuitarFam.com, create your complimentary account, and go through the Guitar Foundations course. It's free for everyone that has a complimentary account. And if you need extra help with this type of stuff, you can always book a private one-on-one lesson with me, a video lesson with me. The first one is complimentary. Okay, all the resources for this song are available for you on GuitarFam.com. The jam track, the tab, all those things will help you learn the song faster and have fun with it too. All right, the song is in the key of E major, so E is our one chord, E major. 2 is F sharp minor. 3 is G sharp minor. 4 is A major. 5 is B major. C sharp minor is 6, and the 7 is D sharp diminished. We're using 5 of those chords out of this, and those chords are, as you just go through the shapes here, E major. And we have an E7, so just take your third finger off of that D string to make an E7 if you've never played that before. And this is a workout with bar chords. It really is. From here on out, it's all bar chords, at least the way he plays it live, and so that's kind of where I took this from. So F sharp minor, E shape, and then take your pinky off that F sharp minor to make an F sharp minor 7. That's used a lot. And then you're going to play an A, so bar on the 5th fret, E shape, A major, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, B major. Same chord, we're using all E shapes here, so bar on the 7th fret for your B major chord. And then the bridge gets to a G sharp minor too, that 3. So bar on the 4th fret, minor, minor shape. So those are the chords used in this song. All right, we'll go just section by section and learn the chord progression and then the strumming pattern that goes with each section. I think it's the best way to learn this. Then we'll look at an overview of the layout of the song. So it starts off with just kind of a percussive thing, that strumming pattern. And you'll see there's a pickup bar there. So on the for E and the for you have an upstroke, and that gets you into the first bar of kind of chugging that you go. You do that 4 times, and the pattern here is going to be down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up. And it does a lot of good to just listen to this over and over again to where you get it to where you can hear it in your head or sing it. And with the pickup in there, it's 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. And I like to mute with all 4 fingers around, like from the 5th to the 7th fret. I find that gets a really good kind of chunky sound without any harmonics or anything ringing out on an acoustic guitar. So. And slow that down and just work on, I'd really recommend throughout the song working on the strumming pattern by itself and then going through the chord progression. That way it makes it a little bit easier to memorize and get every section down as it comes. Anyway, you do that 4 times and then you get into the chord progression for the rest of the intro. It's just an E to an E7 twice, and then an F sharp minor to an F sharp minor 7. This is one thing I noticed about Jack Johnson a lot. He'll do like a regular major chord followed by a 7th version of the major chord. You'll see that in Upside Down and any other Jack Johnson songs I'm doing here on the channel. Anyway, the rhythm for that is kind of the rhythm for the intro in the verse or any verse that's coming up, or at least some version of it. It's that with some mutes in it, but don't put the mutes in it until you can play the actual strumming. So it's down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That last up is when you switch to the E7 chord, and that's on the E of 4. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and you can count that out if you want. If you want to count that out, it's on the 1, the 1 E and that upstroke on 1, and then you have a downstroke on the 2 and the and of 2, and then of 2, then 4 16th notes on all of beat 3, so 3E and then you have 4E down up on beat 4. And on that is when the upstroke is when we switch to the E7. And that's the main kind of foundational strumming pattern for the intro and the verses. It changes a little bit when you get into the singing on verse 1, but it stays, fundamentally the same. Once you can do that, one thing you might want to think about doing is I'm just hitting the first couple bass notes on that first down. That'll make it a little bit more interesting as far as sounding like there's a bass note. And the next thing you're going to want to do to dress this up is put in some muted strums, and those come in on the 2, the and of 2, and on 3, and those are all downstrokes, so that makes sense. So you have 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E. And you can write out the counting on this, but I think it's much easier to just listen to it. If you have the guitar profile, if you want, I'll make that available for you. So just slow it down and slowly work your way up to where you can hear it in your head. And that's the full strumming pattern. So if you can play that, you can play pretty much all the verses. So do that twice with the E7. That's the first half of the intro. That's you're actually strumming chords. And then you're going to move to the F sharp minor and do the same type of thing, but there's one extra muted strum on the F sharp minor. So on the down of 4, you have another muted strum. So that's just kind of a generalization of what he's doing over the F sharp minor. Let me play it very slowly for you, and then I'll just play it over and over again so you can get the groove in your head. So it's down, up, mute, mute, up, down, up, mute. And on the up, that last up, F sharp minor 7. So let me just play that over and over again for you. And I'm sure in the play through, I didn't hit that quite all the time. I was more going for the feel, but that's the basic groove for the intro. And when you put that together, you just do that twice with the F sharp minor, and you go back around and play the whole thing again, starting on the E twice, then the F sharp minor twice. So here's the full intro for you. Okay, that gets us into the verse of the song. The nice thing about this is it's almost the exact same as the intro. It's just the last beat changes to straight 16th notes for the E, and then for the F sharp minor, same thing. You're going to have straight 16th notes, but the first on 4, the first downstroke on 4 is going to be muted. So on E, it'll be same exact thing. And when you get to 4, just leave it open. And on E and 4, up, down, up, on an E7. So change to E7, so. And like I mentioned, when you get to the F sharp minor for the verses, same strumming pattern, exact same as the E, and you're even changing chords in the same spot on the E of 4. You're just going to mute the downstroke on 4. So you have. And it did take me a while to get this in my head, but as soon as I could hear it in my head, that's when I started being able to play through the whole song without making mistakes. So that's where I would shoot for. Listen to this song a whole bunch and pay attention to the guitar. And I will admit, these are kind of generalized strumming patterns for what's going on to make it easy for you to memorize. I think it's a good thing, so you can just jump into the song and play it as soon as possible. Okay, let me play one rotation through the whole verse for you so you can hear what it sounds like. For verse 1, you're going to play this 4 times for a total of 16 bars, but I'll just play through once for you here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one thing I'll mention here, for this type of strumming with a lot of 16th notes, I find that I like to dig in hard, but I have to hold myself back a little bit. I'm even still playing probably too hard. The lighter I play, the easier it is to get my pick through the 16th notes and, and keep up with that tempo. So if I'm playing hard, I kind of like that. It's really progressive sounding, but it makes it harder to strum. So if you lighten up, it's easier to keep up with the song throughout the entire thing, and it's easier to keep from feeling like your pick is going to fly out of your fingers because you're hitting the string so hard. All right, that gets us to the chorus. Let's take a look at the chord progression first, and then we'll look at the strumming pattern that goes with it. So E major, then F sharp minor, bar on the 2nd fret, A major, bar on the 5th fret, and then B major, bar on the 7th fret. And I would get that chord progression down without worrying about the strumming pattern first. That way your brain's free to concentrate on that, and your brain will be free to concentrate on the strumming pattern without worrying too much about where your left hand is or where your fretting hand's going, right? So get that down, and then the strumming pattern here is down, up. So 1 and 1, E, and then next you have 4 16th notes on beat 2. We'll get to the muting later. We're just worrying about the rhythm. And then you have down, up, up on beat 3. So 3, E, and. And then for beat 4, 4, E, and. So beats 3 and 4 are the same. So now let's do it with the chords. And I would normally say let's do it without the muting, but the muting is kind of essential to get this fill down. So let's go ahead and do that too. So down, down, E, and and then you have 3 muted strums. So my hand flattens out, down, up, down, and on the up, on the of 2, I go to an F sharp minor. On an up, a muted down, another up, and then another up, and then a mute. And then something that Jack Johnson does a lot, he plays a lot of open strings. So I have open A and D strings there. You know, I'm not that specific about it. I just hit a few open strings, and then I mute again. I know that's a lot. Really break it down with the ups and downs are in there for you. So and basically what you're doing when you hit the open strings and then the muted strings, you're giving yourself time to switch to the A chord to give yourself some cover to get there on time. So and then you start on the next measure on the A, and it's the exact same rhythm. So there's only one strumming pattern throughout the entire course. You just repeat it. So you end up with this for the strumming pattern for the chorus: slowly down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. By that time, with the up on the open strings and the up muted, you've bought yourself enough time to get your A up here and repeat the same exact strumming pattern. But this time, you're going to go from an A to a B. And when you have your open string strum this time with an up, then you have another, it buys you time to get your hand back to the E, do another muted strum, then it repeats. And you do that 4 times for this course. So let me play that for you slowly, and then I'll ramp it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a full course right there for you. So you do that whole thing 4 times. All right, from there you go to a re-intro of the song. Leave out the and just hop in right to where you play the chords. F sharp minor. That's once. Do it twice for the full re-intro. From there you get into verse 2, which is just like verse 1, but it's half as long. It's only 8 bars instead of 16 bars. So you're going to do the E to E7, E to E7, F sharp minor to F sharp minor 7, F sharp minor to F sharp minor 7, twice instead of 4 times. So something like this. That's once. Okay, and and that's twice. And then I'll get you into the second chorus. And if you need help with your muted strums, or if your muted strums aren't sounding great, you can either leave them out or just take some time in your daily practice to actually work on just getting your aim down with your muted strums to where you're coming down on the palm of your hand right here between your pinky and the bottom of your wrist and that fleshy part. And you want to make sure that a high string isn't ringing out or a low string isn't ringing out, and they're playing it far enough away from the sound hole to where things aren't still ringing out. You want it to be very, very short and percussive, right? So the second chorus, just like the first chorus, you just play through that chorus progression 4 more times. So with the open strings and everything to cover your chord changes. And then you get into the bridge, which is where different chord progression comes in, a little bit different strumming pattern comes into. So let's just look at the chord progression. G sharp minor starts off. It kind of comes down in intensity too a little bit. So I'll try to bring my volume back. G sharp minor for a measure. And you have this little walk down. I'm taking that shape and just walking down. It's really a passing chord. Technically it's a G minor to an F sharp minor in the next measure. And then you walk back up to a G sharp minor. And then the next measure, A to a B. And the chord changes kind of slow down here, so you have almost 1 full measure for each chord. You start on that G sharp minor, and here's the strumming pattern. And that little chord, transitional chord, but it's down, up, 3 muted strums, down, up, down. Then you have an up stroke, a muted downstroke, an upstroke, another upstroke, then a muted downstroke, and that's when you move down that next upstroke. I'm just hitting kind of A, D, and G strings, or just D and G strings for that on the upstroke. So something like this. So I'd really isolate that because the rhythm is a little bit different than what we've done so far. So, and then you move to the F sharp minor on the 1 of the next measure. It's the exact same strumming pattern for the next measure. And then go back to G sharp minor in the next measure. Same exact thing as the first measure of the bridge. But when you get to that little G, sliding down a half step, instead of going to F sharp minor, you go up to an A, and the strumming pattern changes here to kind of bring you out over the bridge into the last chorus. So go to an A. So for the rhythm, you have down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. From there, you're going to go up to a B and go up, down, and then slide down to get back into the chorus. So let me play the whole bridge for you. It's only 4 measures long, but the rhythm is a little bit syncopated and a little bit different from what you've been doing so far. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, break that one down. That one probably took me the longest to learn for the rhythm because it's played the least in the song. So I'm gonna go through the song. I'm practicing at least, so put a little extra attention on that. That'll get you to the last chorus, which is normal. But you only play it twice. Play through that progression twice instead of 4 times like all the other courses. Now, the outro of the song, nothing new as far as chords, but there are a couple changes at the very end where you have some picking stuff. So it really comes way down. It goes for an E for just whole notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for 2 measures. And then 2 F sharp minors for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do that a total of 3 times before it changes. So that was once, 2, 3, here's twice. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing changing. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This time it changes. So start on the E. Those are normal, just 2 whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this F sharp minor, you only do it for 1 measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the and a 4, you have an open E. And then you go to an A major bar chord, and you have to pick through E, A, and then strum a few of the open strings, the higher strings. And I use all downstrokes there. You can do whatever you like. And then I use the open E string again to cover my change to the F sharp minor. And those are all 8th notes. And then you move to that F sharp minor. Same layout, A, strum a few of the high strings. So getting into that from the F sharp minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. And then on the next measure, when you go back to your E, you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's just some cross picking. I just go E, A, D, high E. So 8th, 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 quarter. And then I cross over to the G string and go G, D, E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I just hit 1 and 2 on an F sharp minor, and then you go up to an A, 3 and 4. And for that F sharp minor, it's E, A, a few of the high strings. For the A, same thing. E, A strings, a few of the high strings, and then end on an E chord, just whole note. So let me play the last time through the rotation. I don't think you need me to play through the whole notes there for the first 3 times through, but I'll play through the last time through so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a retardado there at the end. It gets slower, but I left that out of the jam track because it's really hard to follow slowing down like that when you don't have a drummer to look at or somebody's eyes to look at. So just be aware that I didn't put the slowdown at the end of the jam track. So let's just go through the order of the song real quick. First off, you have the part of the intro that goes that, and then you have the actual part of the chords of the intro, which is just, pretty much the verse progression. From there, you do verse 1, chorus 1, then you have a re-intro, and then verse 2, and then chorus 2. After that, you have your little bridge, and then you have what I consider to be like a half chorus, a chorus that's only 4 bars long. From there, you go to the outro, which is the really down, subdued part. It's basically the chord progression of what would be the verse. You play that through 4 times, and the 4th time is the part where you start doing a little bit of that cross picking. Okay, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comments what other songs you'd like to see here on the channel. And don't forget, if you need help getting into this type of playing, go to guitarfam.com, and I would invite you to create your complimentary account there. That way you can go through Guitar Foundations. It's our free beginner guitar course that everybody can go through. And also feel free to schedule a personal private one-on-one video lesson with me there. The first one is complimentary for everyone. I'll be looking forward to meeting you.
Say what's impossible, well they forgot. This world keeps spinning, and with each new day I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. do everything well I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature songs. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Well, it all keeps spinning, spinning, round and round and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. Please don't go away.